Hi, I'm Henry Wagons,
And I'm Mark Tuckerbag Dawson.
and believe it or not, we've been allowed into the Montreal Jazz Fest with AU Review by our side.
Yes.
Well, welcome to Montreal. It's your first time playing here.
Yes,
Yep.
It's taken. I mean, you've taken Canada by storm before, but it's great to see you in the French part of town.
it's the first time we've been here. We've had bastard versions of poutine for many years. We've had a long relationship with Canada, and it's grown from basically playing the Canadian Music Week, and we were only doing Canadian Music Week as kind of a warm-up to South by Southwest. It was an afterthought. It was sort of like, we want to make sure we're in form for South by Southwest, so let's go to Canadian Music Week.
Let's try it out. Yep.
We'll do it, and we played a set, and it turns out that the most epic thing happened after the set. We played at the Horseshoe Tavern in Toronto, and this glorious venue, a glorious record label based in Toronto came up and signed us afterwards, and we've had this ever-evolving relationship with Canada ever since. We've been here a number of times over the past 5 years, and it's getting bigger every time, and we've finally crossed over into the sophisticated French Quarter.
Yeah. It's
Here we
special.
are.
It's very special.
And you're coming in top form because you're just off the road from your Acid Rain and Sugarcane tour.
We've not rehearsed since the end of the Australian tour.
How long has it been? It hasn't been that long.
10 days. But
You're
we've
fine.
Kind of remember the songs.
we sort of remember the songs, and we've had it, as we were talking about before, it's 6 a.m. in Australia. We've had an all-nighter. We're only 35 minutes from our first gig, but playing at 7 o'clock in the morning, having not slept at night, not rehearsed for 10 days. It should be an interesting show. It's going to be slightly psychedelic.
I think so.
We'll be seeing visions of yellow fluorescent lizards scattering.
I'm going to repeat the same note over and over, and that'll sort of, I think, help.
It'll be a bendy bass solo the whole time.
That's right. Well, it's and you've got 2 today and 2 tomorrow, so you've got time to ease into
Warm
it.
up. I think by the 4th show we'll have settled in. Everyone in Montreal that sees our 4th of 4 shows will actually enjoy themselves. But no, I think you're right. I think we're in top form. We've played the songs many times around Australia, so hopefully it'll translate here in Montreal.
And how did the shows go? How was the tour?
It was really good.
Really good.
It was sort of my favourite shows were the biggest and the smallest of the shows. So we had an amazing time at our hometown show of Melbourne in front of all our friends and family and throngs of people at the Hi-Fi Bar in Melbourne. It was a full big band show with strings and horns. It was a real sort of Fat Elvis moment. But equal favourite was the kind of really punk show we did in a gallery space called Rad in Wollongong, in front of it was like a punk kind of room.
Yeah.
In front of 50 people, all crushed into this sort of
stairwells sort of in front of us.
It was a show that reminded us of when we first sort of started in Wollongong. So, and all of the other shows kind of fell in the middle somewhere. It was a great tour. We had a really good time.